Good afternoon slash evening, everybody. Welcome back to Delta App One Hub Racing. We are season 28, and this is the P3 tier today. And today is round 11 of Abu Dhabi. And as usual, I have Curly in the comms box with me. And we
Good.
also.
To say good afternoon. Obviously, we're not expecting the next one, but good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Evil Dragon, who is going to play the Ted Kravitz role and just keep an eye on, I guess, permutations as the race unfolds as well. How are you doing, Evil Dragon?
I'm doing very nice, thank you, Matt. I shouldn't be here. I'm going to get told off by Jess, but I just wanted to watch, so I'm here. And yes, there is a very nice championship going on indeed.
Yeah, well, it's nice to have a freeway in the comms box today, as we have the
comms box.
as the cars are already slowly beginning to filter out onto the track. Weather should not be any sort of issue today, as it has been drawn as clear for both of the sessions today, and both the Aston Martins are keen to get out on track, as Mikey and Fredo join the track. So I think I missed last week. Yeah, or the other. It was last week. Yes.
You've missed a few weeks lately. What's going on, Lawrence?
Just my commitment is terrible. Please do fill me in on what's happening, and I'll get the championship standards loaded up.
To be honest, I've completely, because obviously I commentate on more leagues as well, so I get confused. So I forgot. I ain't gonna lie, I have forgot. I'm trying to think what happened last week. I think, where is he? Adagio. Did he win last week, Evil? Do you remember? I don't think he did.
I can let you know, as I've got the standings up.
Because he did get my job, because I know Adagio last week had a really poor start, and he got my driver of the day because, I think it was last week, he had a good comeback drive. I think it was
Adagio finished P7 last week.
Yeah.
Bonnie won last week.
Last week. I've got last week's results up here. So Bonnie Fish won last week with Fredo in second, Tam in third, and then Welsh Benjamin came home in fourth. Jess Ball in fifth, Joey B in sixth, and Adagio was down in seventh with Rydog in eighth.
Yeah, because I remember Adagio did have a poor start, and I saw he got my driver of the day.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, good comeback drive.
Right, the standings for the tiers I've got loaded up here, but we'll just quickly stick on board with Fredo isn't leading the way, Mikey is leading the way. Let's just see how the first few laps go before we get some championship standings read out, as Mikey is going to be the first car to set a time, and he sets a purple second sector, but he will set a purple second sector. He is the first car being timed over the line, as now he is entering this very tricky off-camber hotel section. Very easy to get the car in a slide round here, and very easy to invalidate on track limits there. I think he was just on the limit of track limits there as well, was Mikey, but around the last two corners now straight to the line. Keep the car as straight as possible. It's a 1:24.5. I'm sure that will be beaten, as yes, Fredo sets a 1 minute 23.8, and I'm sure that will be beaten as well. Sir Quineth goes up to third position, but Adagio sets a 1 minute 23.5, and he is going to have to challenge Bonniefish tonight.
So, what are the palpitations? The word that I've been used. Sorry, not being used. The word that I've learned today. Permutations.
I think you mean permutations, but
permutations. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Permutations. So yeah. So Evil. What are the permutations for this?
The permutations are as follows. If Bonnie Fish wins with fast lap, Jess, Joe, Ben, Rydog, and Adadigo are eliminated, that means Bonnie will win the championship. If Fish wins, Jess, Joe, Ben, Rydog are eliminated. Adagio, I still can't pronounce his name, must finish second. Adagio must finish second with fast laps, otherwise Bonnie will win the championship. If Bonnie finishes second with fastest lap, yet again, it's basically the same thing. Adagio must finish ahead of Fish, otherwise Bonnie wins the championship. That's the same of second and third as well. So if he finishes third, Jess, Joe and Ben are eliminated. Rydog must finish ahead of Fish, and Adagio must finish fourth, otherwise they win the championship. So of course it's going to be very, very close for the permutations, my dear friend.
Permutations, yes. Well, Jess is eliminated obviously anyway because she's not here today.
Yes.
So she's out of it anyway, but obviously we'll get you to say that again later, I'm sure. Obviously halfway through the race. But you commentated on P4. What was that like?
Well, it was hectic. It was very dramatic. We had a lot of unluck for Reaper, you must say. He got really caught out with safety cars. He has done so much this season. Jamie very much run away with it and has, of course, won his second title. Last one in F1 2021. Many, many moons ago. That's 5 years?
Yeah.
So he's probably very much an emotional young boy. Well, not as young as he was 5 years ago.
So, Lawrence, we'll see him in Tier 3 next season then.
Yep. Looking like we will be at the moment. Bonnie Fish has stretched his legs out the front in qualifying. He's a couple of tenths faster than the cars behind him at the moment, as Cam gets a little bit of a slide out of the first chicane, putting down the power. Didn't lose too much time, but still, nevertheless, that will be time lost, or time to be gained on Cam's next run is the best way to look at it.
You're racing here in P2, right, Lawrence, after this? What's your thoughts on Abu Dhabi? Is it one up there with you or not?
No,
this is one of those Marmite tracks again, isn't it, for a lot of people?
Not a fan of Abu Dhabi, I'm afraid.
No.
Just not my cup of tea. Never have enjoyed racing around here. I just don't seem to have pace around here at all, no matter how hard I've tried.
Just imagine if you had to race it in the rain.
I much prefer racing in the rain to the dry on tracks I don't like.
Really?
So yeah, I would happily drive in the rain than the dry.
Oh, a lot of people are saying that there needs to be a lot more wet on the wheel next season. Yes or no?
I'll be in massive favour of that'd be a massive yay from me. We have two drivers setting times at the moment. So we have Speed Waitsy and F1 Matthias. Are the two drivers who are about to set some times, and there's a few drivers on their in laps as well, which is Cam and Rydog. Mikey is also.
Sorry, carry on.
No, that's all right. I was just saying Mikey should start this second round.
Obviously, with what I'm doing, I've got another arrow up on my screen and someone's pointing at something. So, yeah. I see. Oh, man. It's twice it's been done.
Matthias into the third sector in the hotel complex in the Kick Sauber, the very outstanding lime green livery of the Kick Sauber, which we don't get to see anymore, which is a great shame. Definitely one of my favourite colours on a Formula 1 car from last year anyway. As Matthias to the line goes 15th. And yes, I think there are a few people out there now on their second runs.
It's tight.
Mikey is in the darker green of the Aston Martin. He's come out of the hotel complex and now into the penultimate corner. Keeps the car left and into the final corner as well. As around the last corner he comes to the line, and that's a much, much better lap from Mikey. So 1:23.418 as we get a few more cars coming across the line. We have Joey B around the last corner as well. in the Ferrari, and he's been tipped by a few to watch out for as well as he goes up to third, as he is just ahead of Mikey. Iverbrim Mike is set a very competitive first run around here.
Down on his second sector.
Yeah, I think he's not trying his
Is he not on a
batch.
Not on a lap?
Nah, I think he's made a mistake somewhere.
Yeah.
Bonniefish is up though.
Yeah, I was about to say that. He's less or just over half a second, half a tenth.
Yes.
So
Half a tenth up for Bonniefish, and wow, that could be crucial as the times rubber band in qualifying. They look like they stretch out, but as the last runs come in, it all just pulls together, and the grid or the times get ever so close, as he's still 63 thousandths of a second up on his previous best time. Bonniefish is looking to improve. He needs to have a near perfect third sector as well if he's going to pull out any more time, as he is on course for a 123.0. Daggio, a 122.8. Where did that come from?
Iverbrim Mike's on a lap. He was up on his first sector, over a tenth and a half. So he's in sector 2 right now, coming down to the chicane.
Bonniefish does improve, but not enough to inflict any damage on Adagio.
Let's see what Iverbrim Mike can do. See what his second sector time is. Coming through the fast left-hander. He's down 3 seconds, so he's obviously backed out somewhere.
Just on board with Sir Quinn if he does improve, but doesn't improve enough to improve from 15th. Yes, but he's still on the back end of this little trail of times, which is not too disheartening for him anyway. It's not a million miles away.
I'm not sure if Storm is actually on a lap, but he is down in his first sector.
Stormy
P8.
P8. Sorry, I've got chat popping up on my on my screen. Yeah. As yes, Storm, will keep an eye on Storm then. Storm is
down.
He is down indeed.
The thing is, if you've got the right setup, you can gain so much time through sector 3.
Yeah. I feel like if you have to have an optimum sector 3 setup, you're going to compromise yourself an awful lot down the long straights.
Well, I'll tell you the rings that I ran. 2014.
Okay.
So
and
mainly for the straights.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Storm up to 6. He does improve. And we have got just under 5.5 minutes left of this qualifying session in Abu Dhabi. No threat of rain with our adaptive weather system for today, as there are drivers just completing some outlaps and also some drivers completing laps as well. We'll ride on board with Cam, yes. Around the last corner for Cam was a 10th and a half up, and up to 9th. It is an improvement by 0.3, and still there's a promising pace there from Cam. These times, although that's midfield, still very competitive.
So next week, last race of the season. No. I've got to admit, guys, if you are watching, you are new, and even if it's the new league racing, I've joined this league this season. I missed the first 2 races, I believe. I think it was the first 2 races. Join up. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like paying for racing, but this has got to be one of the best leagues I've raced in. I'm not going to lie.
No, this is definitely one of the best sim racing leagues around on Formula One anyway. And Iverbrim might say he's surprised where he is at the moment, and is that a surprise? As in, you're happy or you're disappointed? Ivor, please do let us know. I'm sure you're happy with where you are, but you never know. Some people are. Yeah, he's happy.
I'm guessing you don't like this track then, by the looks of that, by the sounds of that, sorry.
All can change. All can change.
Yeah, it can indeed. Obviously, I know.
It actually is human.
Obviously, penalties wise, I know there's one person who's got a penalty, at least one person anyway, but I don't know if there's any others. So I don't know if Evil can elaborate any more on that.
I have had the engine penalties and gearbox penalties sent to me in a DM, so I will.
Right, okay.
Okay. We'll clear all that up, and we'll clear the standings up once the qualifying's done as well. So we're going to have a lot to pack in during the lobby reset, and I will try my best to do it as quickly as I can. Cam rules at the back, and some way off the pace at the moment. Just very tentatively going around the last sector at the moment. We will see if when Cam crosses the line, it's definitely going to be an improvement. And to the line, Cam goes up to 14th and demotes Marshall, Rydog and Gwyneth to the back of the grid.
So 2:20 to go. Everyone's going to be on their last runs now. And Adagio, as I say, he's still in the pit lane, but he's just coming out. He's on his way out. So,
yeah.
Barney Fish and Overbrim Mike got a lot to do if they want to grab that pole position.
Yes, everybody is filtering out of the pit lane right about now as Escargo comes into the pits, and that will be his qualifying session done. So at best it will be P4. At worst could potentially be P17 if everyone improves, as he maybe he just got out while the track was quiet to set a time. Just trying. We also have Fredo coming into the pits as well. That's his qualifying session done. So Escargo has out-qualified Fredo at least.
So Bonnie Fish is on a lap. He's in the sector 3. I didn't see his times.
It looked like he was a 10th and a half up, which could be almighty close.
Yeah, but he's also down under 20% on the ERS, which is I'm going to clip the wall.
He's it's not the worst place to be out of ERS, but still to the line he does improve, but it's not good enough to get himself on pole. And Adagio will not be under threat from Bonnie Fish for the rest of this session. We have a few other drivers on laps as well. That's right on board with Joey B. He's only just fractionally improving is Joey B, but if he does improve like this, he will steal P4 away from Escargo in the Haas. Just trying to see who else is in the third sector at the moment. It's just Joey B, I think.
Well, Iberbrim Mike is up over a 10th and a half in sector 1. That still keeps him in the P3.
Okie doke, we'll keep an eye on Ivor as well. He will be very happy that he's improving. Joey B has jumped up to third position with 1:23.086. A great lap from Joe. Relegates Iverbrim Mike to P4.
Okay, that was a glitch. I just went on Mikey and it said he was up over a second, then it went down to 63 thousandths of a second.
The game can...
I was like, Mikey's up over a second. I was like, pole's on it. So but Iverbrim Mike is down now.
He is down. So, he's out of ERS for this last sector as well.
Yeah, I think Adagio's improved. I think Adagio has got pole here.
Yeah, looking pretty promising for Adagio.
Yeah.
Mikey is improving by 0.3 of a second. Keep an eye on Mikey in the Aston Martin in 8th position as well. We've also got Cam to negotiate the last few corners as well. A few drivers we haven't mentioned at the back. Marshall crosses the line up to 14th. Mason's still got half a lap to go as Mikey around to the line. Cam does improve up to 6th. Good improvement there for Cam. Mikey takes third away from Joey B. And that's a very good third position for the Aston Martin as Mason is the last driver setting a lap other than Joey B, who is currently out there. So around the last corner for Mason, he is improving. How far up the order can he move? He moves up to 11th. A very steady qualifying session for Mason. And there we go. That is the qualifying session in Abu Dhabi confirmed and done and dusted. So Adagio is our pole sitter in the Williams with a 1:22.804. Then we have Bonnie Fish in second. Then third is Mikey. Fourth is Joey B. Fifth is Storms or Jace, however he likes to be known as. Ivor Bryn Mike in seventh. Cam in eighth. Ivor Bryn Mike in sixth. Cam in seventh. Escargo 8th, Fredo 9th, Speedweighty 10th, JR Mason 11th, Welsh Benjamin 12th, Sir Gwyneth 13th, Matthias 14th, Marshall 15th, Cam Rules 16th, and Sir Gwyneth rounds off the grid. Right, so there we go. Adagio versus Bonnie is going to be spicy into turn one. It will be. It will be, because I think Bonnie has got his eyes on a P3 title tonight. Whilst we have our... sorry, carry on. No, you go on.
I would say, obviously, I didn't catch Evil with it all, but obviously Ben's not in it anymore then. Obviously, I missed that. He's like, I'll have a look in a minute myself, but yeah. P3. Let me have a look. P3. Obviously, Ben is in it. I can see. Ish. Or is he out of it?
He should still be in title. Yeah, and I think. I mean,
Ben Ryder. Eliminated. Fish wins the championship. There you go. So yeah, I'm reading it now.
I mean, mathematically possible going into this race. Anyone in the standings from fifth upwards can be champion, but I think Joey B is going to need. I'm not sure what he needs really. I think he needs massive help. Yes, he does need massive help. Let's quickly run through the standings anyway. So Bonnie Fish is currently our championship leader on 123 points. And then in second place, we have Adagio on 105 points. And those two have locked out the front row. So keep an eye on that. That will be very spicy. Rydog is in third on 103 points. Then we've got Welsh Benjamin in fourth on 93. Joey B in fifth on 90 points. Jess Ball also on 90 points, tied with Joey B. Seventh, we've got Fredo on 67 points. Then we go down to Mikey on 54 points. Joint also on 54 points is Ivor Bryn Mike, as we have another race start.
Well, we have another one.
Not too sure, but he's... red flag, that's why. I'm sure he's done it before this season. Thank you, Evil Dragon, for clearing that up. Ivor Bryn Mike in ninth on 54 points. Then down on 44 points is Speedweighty. Cam is in 11th, and Cam is on 38 points. 36 points is for Marshall in 12th. JR Mason in 13th on 22 points. On 21 points, Josh has got promoted the tier. I do apologise. Sir Gwyneth is in 15th on 21 points. And then we have Jason, or Storm, however he likes to be known, also on 21 points. Matthias is in 17th on 18 points. Gazzaman, who can't race today, is on 13 points. A very poor season for Gazzaman, I must say. And Cam Rules has a single point. And then Escargo is without a championship point.
Is he the only one in all tiers without a point, or?
I know he joined quite late.
Right, okay.
I will let the people who want to know that stat, they can go and look for themselves. Because I go to quickly.
I'm just trying to make a conversation, just to try and let everyone know, Zip. Yeah.
I mean, if he had been racing since the beginning of the season, then yeah, you know what, I probably would go and have a sneaky look. But
yeah,
there's an all Welsh third row. Okay, then that's nice to know. There's a bit of a Welsh invasion in this P3 tier, I must add as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least I can see donning the Welsh flag as we'll quickly run through the constructor standings. We also have got our sponsors to read out as well as engine penalties. So Alpine lead the way. They're on 216 points, and I think that actually they could well just be constructors champions already. Surely,
Really?
unless they're going to need both Williams drivers to really step up. Have we got 2 Williams drivers here today? We do. Adagio and Marshall. I mean, Marshall needs to be.
Yeah, he doesn't like this track. I tell you that now. He does not like this track.
I mean, yeah, we need Marshall in like P2, really. P1,
yeah,
P2.
no, that's not happening.
I mean, I don't like to pour cold water over the charcoal, but yeah, that's I think that's done. Mercedes in third on 124 points. We have a good battle for second position in the constructors anyway. Aston Martin are in fourth position on 121 points. Red Bull on 112 points, and then Scuderia Ferrari on 103 points in sixth position. Then we've got Haas in seventh on 77, McLaren in eighth on 75. The Racing Bulls have steadily moved up the last few weeks on 42 points, and then the Sauber team is just on a measly 18 points, struggling at the back. So they are our standings for today, and I've lost my piece of paper with all my sponsorships written down.
I had it up on my monitor just now as well, and I've lost it. Where is it there? I can try and read it, but I'm not sure how quick I'm going to be.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Just quickly before you do that, tonight's penalty situation, I will quickly get the DM up. So tonight's penalties. So Cam Rules is taking an engine penalty. Marshall is taking an engine penalty. And Escargo is taking a gearbox penalty. So Cam Rules and Marshall will start at the back of the grid, and Escargo will take a 5-place penalty in the Haas. And that was his best qualifying session as well, from what I can remember. So it's going to be in the midfield.
So let's go to the sponsors then, and Delta App is the title sponsor, if I remember correctly. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But Delta...
Oh, if you muted yourself, sorry, Curly.
I think I have. You're right. I do apologise.
You're gonna have to start again.
Yes, I am, aren't I? So yeah, guys, Delta App is the title sponsor of One Hub. This is for over 18s only. All investments in one place. Make smarter decisions, like the world's top investors. Track all your journey success with Delta. If you use the command exclamation point Delta in Twitch, and I'm sure it'll be in the description on YouTube as well, you will able to use the track your investments. Next up is Next Level Racing. Their sponsors providing some prizes each season. Talk about their equipment and general prizes. The general prizes aren't confirmed. I'm sorry, I just misread that, but I do apologise. Sim Racing Setups. I actually got my setup from them last week. I actually get most of my setups them quite often, so they are actually quite good. But guys, they provide pro setups, obviously. If you get driver of the day as well, you can go and use their esports ones as well. They got a 5% off as well. I'm not sure if that's still going.
I believe so for One Hub members, yes.
For One Hub, yeah, 5% off for One Hub members. They also got 5% off on that one. I'm just quickly freaking through this now because of the times going down. But Pure Sim Gear as well. Obviously, they do socks and gloves as well. Guys, if you use code OHR 10p, I think that, I'm not sure if they've still got 10% off. Yeah, you get for One Hub anyway. You get 10% off of the Sim Racing socks and gloves on that one, and then you got the Vesper Time, I believe that says. If I'm wrong, I do apologise. Partnered, sorry.
Vesper Team.
Vesper Team, thank you. Sorry, thank you very much for that. Partnered with Vesper Team, who support our official appeal, and also provide some great merch prizes. I think I got all that. I will get there, but I think I got all of it anyway.
And did you do SimGrid?
I've done SimGrid.
Okay, no, apologies. Sorry, I was concentrated. I was trying to kick my daughter out midway through that. So
no, I've done SimGrid.
No, that's what we like to hear. So the cars, everyone gets 2 minutes on the grids to load up their setups, do their fuel loads, and fine tune their strategies. If there is anybody watching on Twitch and you're interested in joining, just hit !! Discord and you'll be sent an invite link to join the Delta App One Hub server. Please do check that out as well, as as Curly has just prompted in the chat. So if anyone's in the chat and wants to check us out, please do check us out on Discord as well. Great place to come racing.
I second that.
So I'm looking forward to a very spicy opening lap, at least between the front two on the grid between Adagio and my mind's just gone blank. Adagio and
Bonyfish.
That's it. Yeah. Yes, and Bonyfish for the championship here. Adagio really needs to hope that Bonyfish has some major issues somewhere along the race and falls down the grid.
Yeah.
Because even I think as the permutations, we'll keep updated throughout the race with Evil Dragon in the background. I'm sure he'll prompt us if there's anything championship defining happening up and down the grid order.
Yeah, permutations, not perputations, Curly. It sounds similar. But yeah, so shout then, who's going to win this one? It's going to be tough, I'm not going to lie, but who do you think is going to win this one, Lawrence?
Well, my good friend Joe B races in this league, so
yeah, he's in here.
Yeah, he will hit me with a stick if I don't say his name. So, Joey B.
You can't be biased. You can't be biased. That's like me saying my brother's going to win when I know he's not. You know.
I hope more than anything we get a surprise winner. But just looking at the form that Bonyfish is on at the moment, I think it will be hard to stop him. Although Adagio will do his absolute best to do that. As so Quinniff has told everybody that it's fine to ready up, so I'm sure we're going to get the red lights on our screen now, and we do indeed. We have 4-5 red lights. We're underway for Abu Dhabi in Delta App One Hub. The P3 tier as Adagio gets a very poor start actually, as Bonyfish goes up the inside and pushes Adagio out wide, and Adagio rejoins the track ahead, and already Bonyfish is missing his front left end plate. I think he's taken a bit of a shunt, as Adagio, I think the game has told him to he had illegal overtakes, I'm sure.
Did you see the way Bonyfish veered to the right after he started, straight towards Adagio? So I wonder if he got his damage from that.
Yeah, possibly. I just saw a missing end plate as down into the chicane. We will go through the position changes in a minute, but it's already looking such a tight field. As there's big contact at the back here between Rydog, Cam Rules, and Welsh Benjamin. That won't be the best start of the race for them.
Especially Ben.
No, it's not. No, and we've got cars running wide and just people making up places. And we have a few big losers further down the grid. So we have Bonyfish, who is, missing his front left end plate on the Alpine. He has gained a position from the start, though. Mikey has gained one position as well. Adagio has lost 2 positions after being going side by side with Bonnie Fish into the first corner. Ivor Bryn Mike is up 2 positions. Joey B has lost a position. Storm has lost a position as well. Scargo up 6 positions on this opening lap. A great opening lap for Escargo, the biggest winner. Cam has lost a position. Speed Waitsy's still in 9th. Fredo has lost 2 positions. Marshall is up 5. JR Mason is up 2. Ride Dog's up 2. Matthias has lost 2. Cam Rules is up 2. And actually, as there's a few cars... you got,
so to say, you got 4 in the pit lane. Matthias, Quinn, Ben and Cam Rules all in the pit lane.
Yeah, they was at the back of the field and their positions were changing. Let's have a quick look at the tyre selections. Everybody started on medium except for Storm.
No, there was one. I'm not sure who it was. There was someone else who actually started on the hard. Well, I'm not sure who it was.
Okay.
There was 2 started on hards.
Okay, then. So it's looking like... it could be Matthias, actually. He's on 0 laps on the mediums. Yes, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I just assumed, which you should never do in Formula 1.
No, I think it was Matthias that started on the hards.
No, okay.
Obviously, we got Storm on the hards as well.
There's still fresh tyres for him later on anyway, if he chooses to go back onto them. As, yes, the game has given us the possible race strategies, and medium, hard, I think will be the preferred way to go around here. Bonnie Fish already looks to be struggling with that missing front left end plate ahead. As we've got Adagio who's worked his way back up to 3rd position, and I'm sure it won't be long before he starts having a look at Mikey, and actually he is having a look at Mikey into the reprofiled hairpin from a few years ago. Yes, as down the back straight flies Adagio. He's side by side with Mikey. Mikey is not giving this position up. Who can break the latest? Adagio breaks the latest and works his way back up to 2nd position. And now he has got business to settle with Bonnie Fish.
Danny Ricciardo-esque going into that chicane, I'll tell you.
It's
last of the late breakers.
It certainly was, as Mikey was getting ready to have another look at Adagio, and actually gets the inside line, and he's still side by side with Adagio, but Adagio just pulls clear, probably with a more optimum racing line. Ivor Bryn Mike just watching these cars squabble ahead of him as well. Any kind of a mistake from the drivers ahead will gift these guys a good strong racing position here. So yes, we have 4 drivers pitting on the first lap.
So Storm's just gone well wide. He's okay, but he just went well wide before the last corner.
Yeah, Storm already does have a track limits penalty, I believe. Yes, he does, and we're only 4 laps in, and yes, the track limits penalty this early is could spell a long race for him. I think he also does have front wing damage. He does. Does he? He does, yes. He's missing his front right end plate. Yeah. So there's another driver with front wing damage. As yes, it definitely got a bit punchy on that first lap.
It did indeed. And obviously you can see there's a Haas. I see someone taking that line. Is it Mark? That down that straight. You can call it a straight. Got a little bit of a wobbly bit. Taking that line on the greeny bluey bit.
Yeah.
I suppose you can call it. But yet you have to come out of it to, you know what I mean? You have to come away from it to go back on it again. For me, that's the wrong line to take. For me.
I believe I believe it's more of like a esports sort of line where allegedly that like turquoise like strip is faster than the actual tarmac, so people will always try and stick right. I mean, we're talking fractions, like, you know, maybe not even a mile an hour or a kilometre, but for some reason it's preferred by the esports drivers, and that is the reason why.
If you obviously you've got to be as good as them, but it's like you could possibly get a penalty or a warning doing that. Obviously, someone like me, I didn't try it because I know I'm not good enough to stick to that line. I would most probably get a warning or a penalty. So, but yeah, for me that is no, I couldn't take that line. Not me. But yeah, if you're doing it, then well done.
No, it's. I think it's just a force of habit for some people. Adagio under half a second behind the race leader Bonnie Fish. Now heading down the first of the two long back straights, and Adagio just sits behind. You don't want to prematurely make an overtake.
Sorry, I'm not sure if that was a wing damage or someone put a wing or someone took out a cone somewhere, but I did see something on track.
It was the brake board. Mikey just broke a bit too late there and made a mistake. As Adagio's taken the lead.
Adagio does make a move for the lead of this Grand Prix here. As
don't carry on.
No, please do.
I think that wing damage is going to possibly hurt, obviously, Bony Fish as we go later into this race on those medium compound tyres. We might see some of them the medium runners start coming in soon now, around about that 5 to 7.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
There you go. Some are coming in now.
Yeah, some are going to jump into the pits. And also at this track, it's also, I believe, well documented. If you turn too early going into the pits, you will get a track limits warning. So,
really?
yes, I think it's been an issue on a couple of games like they've released. I don't understand how they've never fixed it.
I've never known it.
It caused 2 penalties in P4. So, by the way, the incidents so far in this race, you might be wondering why the front wing was gone on the car of Bonifish. That was contact with the Aston Martin out of turn 2. So you saw there was a bit of contact and the car went scooting across the grass. That's the reason why. And there was also contact out of the hairpin. That's why we saw 3 cars come into the pit lane, because one car nearly got pit manoeuvred in a straight line. It was just kind of 3 into 1, did not work.
Like,
yeah, always a scary situation. Yeah, thank you very much for...
we got the 2 Hasses going side by side here.
Yes, we have got both the Hasses side by side for 6th and 7th.
I'll tell you what, this is what I'm sorry to interrupt, Lawrence, but these two have actually been doing it for a few corners now, and they're still going at it, and this is actually quite good driving, especially from teammates as well.
Yes, absolutely superb racing from the teammates, and Speedwaits, he does get the move done on his teammate and into the pits. They're both boxing.
And Iceberg Mike picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, I think that would have been going into the pits as well. Yes,
3 seconds. No, it would have been a... Really? 3 seconds?
Yes, yeah. He's taken too much of that curb.
Said. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well, this is a disaster for the Haas team right now. They've absolutely... I don't know why they didn't decide to stay out one over there. That is an absolute shocking decision from the Haas team.
So this is where, right, so me and Mark, we actually said, obviously we DM each other before a race. Oh, there's a second, who was that? Escargot nearly hit the wall on the way out. We actually DM each other. We, who's doing what. We say, the one who's in front, pits first.
Yeah.
What lap we're going to do it, and, so this is, well, we don't get, double stacked.
Just a very important note to add. Sorry, it's completely unrelated to that. Bonifish has had a wing change, so he has both of his end plates on his Alpine now, and he would have lost a few seconds in the pits due to that front wing change.
Well, the top 4 haven't pitted as yet, and that is Adagio, Storm, Cam, and Ian. So, Ian, get used to not being in that 4th because you're going... Sorry, bruv. Adagio with 3 seconds. Is that going in the pit lane? It is indeed.
Yeah. The stewards are going to have a real bad headache with all this. Yes, I believe, as long as you've got your...
footage.
I believe so. Footage and your race director... proving that you haven't fallen foul of other track limits, then I'm sure you can get it removed. But there's going to be so many penalties and people, potentially thinking that they finished a lot further up than they have done. But no, it's probably the game giving a bogus penalty. So definitely a scenario to keep an eye on over this next week.
Yeah, I think EA or Cody's just need to fix that for sure. But I am not looking. I've got to admit, obviously going on over on today, but going into next week, obviously Vegas. That is not one of my favourite tracks. I've got to admit.
I quite enjoy Vegas. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll worry about Vegas next week.
Well, I'm just saying there's a corner named after me in another league, and that's turn 1.
Oh, okay.
Because it's called Curly Corner because I overshoot it. So you may not see me finish next week.
I look forward to racing on the Curly Corner next week then.
But yeah,
Adagio
sorry.
and Mikey have just collided, by the way, ever so slightly. I don't think there was any damage, but Adagio tried to dive back up the inside, locked up, and he just nudged the side of Mikey. He's really pushing because he's getting held up here.
Yeah, they've got a 4-way battle going on as Ian now is diving into the pit lane. So, 4-way battle from Mikey, and I think Storm still has to pit yet as well.
Yeah, Storm still has to pit. So Mikey is in a net P1 as it stands at the moment, and the Evil Dragon was absolutely correct. Adagio is getting held up behind Mikey, and the undercut has worked a treat for Mikey, Iverbrim, Mike, and Joe here, as they are now the cat amongst the pigeons, squabbling for the race lead. And Adagio he's been running out of VRS now for as long as I can remember. He gets a real, locks up the rears slightly on the Williams there, and maybe that's just a bit of pressure beginning to show, as Bonnie Fish isn't really making the inroads I thought he would have done. But this race is going to be the full effect of a DRS train.
It is indeed, and Iverbrim might go around the outside of Adagio, picks up P3, but obviously with the standings and everything, obviously we've got Welsh Benjamin down in P16.
Yes, Welsh Benjamin, unfortunately. Is he in the title? I think he is in the title hunt, isn't he? Wow, he won't be for much longer, unfortunately for him, if it carries on the way it is. We have yellow flags, and that is Sir Gwyneth having a little bit of a spin at the back, and Sir Gwyneth has had a torrid season in the McLaren. I know he won't be too happy, and he's just binned it.
That's not good.
I didn't see it.
He's just turned straight left, and that's going to be reviewed by the stewards, I think. So
right, okay.
We don't like seeing that. So let's look at Storm. So he's going to be staying out, we believe, until lap 11. The longest stint was lap 13 in P4 on a set of hard compound tyres. I think we've got a safety car. That's virtual safety car.
I'm looking. There's no yellow dot on the map.
It's VSC. It's VSC.
The VSC, yeah. So
yeah.
But even so, that VSC could have. Matthias has just come out the pits, and the people who he was
drive through,
and exactly for things like that, completely unnecessary. Matthias has now just got a very unnecessary drive-through penalty through someone else just giving up.
Just pit and quit. Easiest way to do it.
No, I don't encourage it, unfortunately.
But if you're having a poor race, that's what I mean. If you're going to, rather than, I'm not saying I didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
As Storm's coming into the pit lane, obviously I didn't see it. But if Sir Gwyneth did DNF on purpose,
I call it straight on stream. Everyone's here. Unfortunately,
right,
there's no hiding.
Yeah, okay. And I've got the monitor to my left, but I'm watching the one to my right in front of me. But just go in the pit lane, pit and quit, rather than do that. That way, Matthias wouldn't have gotten an unnecessary drive-through.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, but...
Apologies, I thought you was on about Matthias doing the pit and quit. No,
I'm on about Sir Gwyneth.
Yeah, absolutely. That was not good at all.
But out of it, Storm did get a free pit stop.
Yes,
he's coming down the pit lane nearly.
Yeah. I think he caught Ian. Was it Ian or was it the Red Bull?
Mason.
Mason, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. That was a tight one. I've got to admit, this pit lane is quite dodgy. I'm not going to lie, coming out of it.
It is. It's. I was talking about in P4 stream. I think Mason's going to come straight back through around the outside potentially, but it's. That's moving in the braking zone, and they're getting a little bit flustered here, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I've been focusing on the top four. Here, they're all within DRS, but it won't be long before Cam joins the party, and Cam will be bringing Speedwatesy and Fredo to the party as well. And just behind them is Bonnie Fish too. So this race is shaping up to be a bit of a cracker.
Well, you've got a battle going down again. You're P12 and 13, and that is Cam and Escargot. Is it Cam and Escargot?
Yes.
Yes, it is, isn't it? They were having a little battle. But sorry, Evil, you were saying about in P4 about the pit lane exit. I think you were going to say.
Yeah, I was saying I'm surprised there's not been more collisions here. And we're talking because my other commentator, which ironically is Bonnie, by the way, was saying it's a really silly thing. But I pointed out, by the way, if it was around the outside of the first corner, like it is at the likes of Korea, it would also rejoin right into the racing line here. It would be more on the racing line. So you're buggered if you do, you're buggered if you don't. So it's the only solution they could have done.
Well, it's like Jeddah. Look at Jeddah's exit as well. And Singapore?
Singapore's a little bit better, but again, you rejoin straight into T number 1. But there's a great scrap going on up front here. We've got Mike, Adagio now pushing on. And I will say, Bonnie with that new front wing, that's not work because he hasn't got much pace right now.
No, well, Bonnie is out of DRS, and you can just helplessly watch the cars ahead. Just motor on down the straight. He's got to really hope that they get into a real big squabble in these corners and slow each other up. Otherwise, if they just follow each other through as they are at the moment, then he's going to find himself losing a good few seconds. And I mean, from a neutral point of view, it's good that it keeps this championship potentially rolling over.
Well, obviously it depends. I know what sort of setup two people were using, so I'm not going to say. But Bonnie could be running exactly the same sort of high setup, and obviously people in front of him could be running low ones, and that's why he's struggling.
So, one thing to note, by the way, Adagio has 9 seconds of time penalty so far, as he's going to go for a dive.
Ooh, that's yeah.
Okay, yes.
Picked up another 3. I picked up 3, sorry. That's his spare 3. But 9 seconds, that's not good.
No, I mean, given the benefit of the doubt, I know sometimes the game can just immediately give you a slam dunk 3-second penalty. So I'm hoping it's more of a case that the game's made an error, but 9 seconds is looking pretty costly already.
Joey's just lost out to Cam.
Yeah, Joe is moving backwards at the moment.
Yeah, just about to say, just now lose out to Speedy as well. Speedy goes on the inside. So yeah. Joey B's moving down as well.
Yeah, Joey B is hemorrhaging positions in the Ferrari, and Fredo is on the back of this little group here. And 1.9 seconds behind Fredo is Bonnie Fish. Actually made that 1.6. He's just teetering on the edge of the DRS as the gap is actually, he's made a lot of time in the third sector here, and he will be ever so desperate to get in the DRS zone in the sector 1 here, as he's burning all of his DRS already. And will he make it? He is now within a second of the car ahead. Yeah, he's comfortably in.
Lawrence, to answer your question, by the way, Adagio picked up 10 warnings on lap 7. 10.
What?
That must be the lap he's boxed, I'm sure.
I'm not quite sure what has happened, but
that's got to be a glitch.
Yeah, that's what I was erring on the side of caution there. It must be a glitch.
10. Yeah. If you pick up 10 warnings on one lap, that's you'd be getting there's 2 penalties. Two warnings is a penalty, right?
3.
3.
Is it 3? Is it? So, blimey, yeah.
So he did a triple warning on lap 7 at the beginning of the thing.
Yeah.
And he also triple warning at the end of it as he came in. So, and then on the exit as well, he got another triple warning. So he's 1 away from getting another 3-second time penalty, according to Les.
Okay, well.
Go on, no, sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, looking at it then, I'm fairly certain he should.
Either bring Mike's in the pit lane.
He should at minimum have 3 seconds then, but the game has just issued him with a full 9 seconds. So I don't know if Adagio is watching while he races, but it is crucially important that you get your race director at the end of the race and appeal that. Otherwise, you will not be able to just crawl into the stewards and say that the game's giving you unfair penalties. You need to give evidence of that. And yes, that is the only way he can salvage himself.
I definitely, don't want to lose out on a title because of some stupid penalties. As Adagio does look to take the move from Mikey. So there you go, Adagio into P1 as it stands. His tyres are younger than Mikey's as well. Obviously, Mikey pitted early due to wing damage, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Mikey swoops around the outside of the Williams into the spoon hairpin.
Nice battling going on.
Yeah, these guys have both raced very firm but fair out front. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, definitely. Cam's just trying to stay and trying to avoid anything. Mikey might have got a warning there. Yeah,
that was very close, and Mikey is all out of sorts. I think he's trying to come into the pits this lap. He is.
Yeah.
As he does, and he's doing his best not to clip too much of that inside curb to get a penalty. As into the pits he does go. And we're on lap 16 of 29 at this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We're going from dusk into night here as the sun sets over the Middle East. And we have still got a championship ferociously going on here.
So what is the situation at the moment?
As things stand, I believe, counting on the penalties being removed, which they might indeed, the championship will reduce down to, I think, about 14, 15 points between Adagio and Bonnie. But if the penalties are applied, I think it'll stay around about 18 or 19 points still.
So it'll go into next week then?
Potentially, yes. It's going to be very, very close.
Thank you very much. Well,
yeah.
It should be a good ending to next week's race.
Be very interesting to see how this all unfolds after everyone's made 2 stops here, as we are at the start of the second pit stop window. We have seen a few drivers duck into the pits to get their second stop done. Ivor Brim Mike and Mikey most notably have jumped in to get their 2 stops completed.
So the only ones that have done 2 stops so far, as you said, are Ivor Brim Mike and Mikey, also along with Cambrels and Mateus as well. But as I say that, we got more going in.
Yeah, we have a nice little gaggle of cars in the pits now. Cam, Joe, Fredo and Marshall in the pits. Marshall's having a very steady race, I must say, your brother.
He is, but as he picks up a 10-second time penalty doing it.
I missed that at the top of my screen. I get
Go, the 10-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane.
I get locked in on the screen and I miss penalties when they pop at the top of the screen. So if you do notice any, please do nudge me, because I'm just constantly looking at what's happening on track in the timing screen.
10-second time penalty as he goes in the pit lane. You cursed him. There you go.
I cursed him after he got that penalty.
But I've been Mike up into P7, but it's been a nice race so far.
Yes,
apart from the obvious incident, but apart from that, it's been all right.
Yeah, I think it's been. I mean, we've got to expect the expect Adagio and Bonifish to go, to race each other hard on the first lap, and then unfortunately, Sir Gwyneth is our only DNF, and that is an unfortunate deliberate DNF from the McLaren driver.
In comes Bonnie.
Yes, Bonifish
and Speedy.
Yeah. Bonifish and Speed are in the pits. Rydog also joins them in the pits. Rydog needs a massive recovery drive here as well, does the Mercedes driver.
I just heard a big bang. I don't know where, but I heard a huge bang.
I heard that too.
You did hear it. I heard, I don't know where it was. There's no yellow flag.
I think it was someone
unless it was a pit lane exit.
I think it was the pit lane entry. I think it might have been Mason hit the inside, but I don't think he's got damage. So I'm looking where Bonnie's going to come out. He's now out in 10th place, and I think we'll probably get ahead of Cam. In terms of the permutations, If he finishes 10th right now, Jess and Joe must finish at least second. Ben must finish 4th. Rydog must finish ahead, and Adagio must score points. So as things stand, the championship will move on to next week.
Cool, and we've got someone in the chat saying Mikey net race leader. I think he is. He definitely is. Or is he? No, because Ivor Bryn Mike's in the lead.
Yes.
Ivor Bryn Mike is our net race leader at the moment.
With a penalty.
With a penalty.
Yes. We will keep an eye on how things unfold. So just a few drivers still need to stop. So Escargo, Storm, who is actually in the pits now, and Adagio still needs to box. I think Adagio is just making the most of the clear air at the moment, trying to see if he's still got life in the tyres to build out a gap.
That's not ideal for Escargo. He nearly just did a David Coulthard in the pit lane. He locked so much up. He somehow avoided that pit wall, but that's going to drop him right down the field.
Well, sorry.
No, I was just saying I missed that.
As Mateus gets another 3 seconds, but Adagio still has to Adagio still has to pit. He's the only one now that has to pit.
Yep, that is correct.
So, and Ivor Bryn Mike has a nice lead to Mikey right now. That's to Adagio. But Mikey possibly slowly catching Ivor Bryn Mike here. Obviously, as we said, Ivor Bryn Mike got that 3-second time penalty, but I'm not sure what that was. Not sure that one was for. It possibly might get removed. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether he's clipped that inside curb going into the pits. I'm sure we'll find out in the Discord chat at the end of the Grand Prix. But
Adagio, another one.
He's done it again.
Yeah.
That's 15 seconds he's now on, so I think these are going to get removed.
Yes, I think he's hopefully just racing on the basis that he knows he's going to get them removed. But surely now, at least one of those penalties is legit, surely.
I'll let you know. I'll go through the settings.
So Adagio's in. Ivor Bryn Mike takes the lead. You got Mikey behind him. Almost 2 seconds, 2.2, and coming down very, very quickly. Night Clear says always gets fun when these two race. I'm guessing he means Ivor Bryn Mike and Mikey. I'm not sure.
So Adagio got 2 3-second time penalties on that lap. He came in on that 19. So whether or not that one of those was legitimate or both of them were, that's yet to be seen. But it's not looking very good right now, because he's got to be careful he doesn't pick up more.
Yeah, because what is it for a D? Yes, thank you very much, Night Clear.
28.
28, is it? But right, Bonyfish then having a nice little battle with Cam, and also, Cam rules and also the other Cam. So we're going to have 3 wide going into this.
Cam just got pushed off there.
Yeah, he did. He did. It was 3 wide going into that corner's a bit harsh anyway. So someone has to lose out.
Yes, unfortunately, Cam came on, was the biggest loser there, going 3 wide into the spoon hairpin. As out front, it seems to have just settled ever so slightly. Ivor Bryn Mike with a 1.9 second lead, but that gap has come down by a few tenths. I am keeping an eye on the gap to the leader. Mikey is just motoring along nicely as well in the Aston Martin, and surely it won't be long before he's in Ivor Bryn Mike's DRS. Fredo is dragging along Joe and Adagio here in DRS, as we have a nice little 4-way fight for a podium.
I'm just looking at the tyres. I'm wondering whether Cam Woods is going to have to stop again, you know. He's on mediums.
Adagio just sent a dive on Joey B there.
That was incredible.
If he's got through without any contact, then fair play. I didn't see if there's contact. I saw him send it. Unfortunately, my sausage fingers pressed the wrong button. I went the wrong way down the timing screen.
Yeah, I don't think there was contact. There certainly might have been a little bit of rubbing, but rubbing is racing. Adagio's really got to try and push on now, because if he does have that 15-second time penalty, which of course we don't know will be removed or not, that could indeed really decide the fate of this championship. But I think Mike, who is currently leading this race, he's going to be staying up to the end. If he finishes where he is, Bonnie cannot win the title right now.
Okay, so that is interesting to know out the front, as majority of the grid are on the hard tyres. We've got Cam Rules, Welsh Benjamin, and Matthias on the medium tyres, and everybody else has opted for the hards to the end. Who is commentating? The chat asks. Well, I am your lead commentator, Lawrence D, 1989. I'm joined in the commentary box with Curly and and Evil Dragon, shall I say? Are in the comms.
To fix myself earlier, I apologise. Mike isn't in the title fight. I mixed them up with Welsh Benjamin. Easy to do. Both are Welsh. Both have both have a B in their name. That's my excuse.
We'll let you off. Don't worry, it's fine. We will let you off. Welsh Benjamin has had a stinker of a race weekend, and almost certainly at this stage has ended his championship bid in the Alpine, and more importantly as well, it isn't going to score any points for the Alpine drivers, but the Williams, Marshall and the Adagio, are they doing enough to keep the Constructors' Championship alive? I don't think so. To my maths anyway, I don't think they're doing enough to keep the Constructors' Championship alive. I think one thing I can almost certainly say is that we will see Alpine crowned the Constructors' Champions tonight.
And Bonnie and Rydog very close down the straight. Meanwhile, they touched wheels. It was a massive dive from Rydog that caught them off, and there's more contact. And the other Mercedes, these guys are bullying Bonnie right now.
Yeah, Bonnie Fish has dropped a few positions here, and Cam is now on the back of the racing ball of Bonnie Fish. Doesn't make a move into the spoon hairpin, as I like to call it anyway. And Bonnie Fish looking pretty lively behind the Mercedes, but these guys know that they they are doing the league a favour by keeping Bonnie Fish held up at least, so the championship goes to next week in Vegas, and it's a street circuit next week, and as we all know, anything can happen on a street circuit in league racing.
Daggio, meanwhile, has just moved up to P2 then, so he's going to hunt down Mike for the win of this race. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he's going for a dive here.
He is, yes. There's, I think, he makes contact, very, very slight contact with Iverbrim Mike, as Iverbrim Mike is on the left-hand side, but Adagio does have the DRS and opens his rear wing. We've also got Mikey entering the chat for the potential race win here as well, where we are on lap 24 of 29. Not sure if Curly's having some technical issues or if he's muted himself. I haven't heard his voice in a while, his sweet voice.
I don't know. Curly, if you're alive, speak to us.
Look in the Discord, boys.
Oh no, that's look in, or I will. Okay. No, that's fine. Okay, no, that's fine. Curly is just not with us for a moment, and that's absolutely fine. Yes, so Joey B is down in 6th at the moment. I know he won't be too pleased with how this won't be too pleased with how his race has unfolded, as people are demanding that they want to watch the battle for the lead. And yes, we are keeping an eye on the battle for the lead. Also need to give everybody else fair coverage as moves are made as well. As yes, it's looking like Mikey will take the provisional win as the cars cross the line. But either Bryn Mike and Adagio potentially will go to the stewards with race directors and see if they can get their penalties removed. Will be very interesting to see Adagio's situation later this week, as Mike is right on the back of the McLaren now, and he has got the ERS and the DRS to potentially get the move done and sent up on the outside of the McLaren of Ivor Bryn Mike, and he does comfortably by the hairpin, and he's now propelled himself up to second, and now he's on course for an almost certain potential race win if he can get ahead of Adagio.
Yeah, Mike didn't put up too much of a fight there, and I mean, that's fair enough. He's in a different race. I think all he wants to do is try and get himself at least in the top 5, which I think he's going to do. In terms of right now, the permutations. So right now, Bonnie is at least 10th position, so we'll just take the 10th place. So Jess and Joe must finish 2nd, Ben must finish 4th, he's not with Fast Lap. Rydog must finish ahead of Fish, which currently he is. So Rydog will still be in the championship fight as well. Of course, Adagio must score points. Of course, Adagio, he is currently leading this race. Whether we do not know if these penalties are going to count, so take what we're going to say at the end of the race with a pinch of salt. But as things currently stand, it will go down to next week in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. It will go down to next week in Las Vegas, and Bonnie Fish has dropped to 11th just a few moments ago as well. We'll quickly go and check on Bonnie Fish. Yes, he's got DRS on cam ahead, but is not having the best of times in this race as well. It started so well, but maybe...
Oh, that's a dive.
As yes, we got 3 cars.
That was a little bit too late. That wasn't going to work.
No, and all of a sudden Bonnie Fish is up to 9th and working his way back up the field. Bonnie Fish and yes, the 2 other cars are out of DRS, and we have a lovely battle going on for the race lead here. We have a nice little train going. Mikey, his pace has just seemed to have stopped catching Adagio. I'm not sure if he's squabbling with either Bryn Mike or whether Adagio is just showing some true pace.
Yeah, Adagio, he's pushing on. He's got 3.7 seconds of a lead. Now he's got 2 and a bit laps to go. By the way, this is quite important. By the way, I think the championship, if Adagio does get these penalties removed, it will be down to, I think, 4 to 5 points between Adagio and Bonnie. That is according to what I'm looking at, the permutations as well. So if Bonnie finished 11th and Adagio won, he would take the championship lead.
Very, very interesting. It's going to be spicy next week. If that is the case, I'm on the fence that, well, I'm almost certain that Adagio does have at least 1 3-second time penalty, which is legit. Just looking at how he's built up 15 seconds. Yes, but I know the game is probably having a moment as well. But, I mean, he's boxed. He's done his 2 stops. So, I mean, if you count that's twice, he's clipped the inside curb going into the pits. Then that should only theoretically... Oh, how am I trying to word it?
6. So
okay.
6 seconds, I think, potentially could get removed from that. But a lot of these penalties are like triples. So he's got 3 and then 3 again. So he's got 1 3-second time penalty legitimately, I believe. And the rest are not. But if he was to finish right now, he would finish down in 6th position if the penalties counted.
Yes, I can't. Even if he does cross the line first, and I'm not going to call who's a provisional race winner, even if Mikey does cross the line, because I think the stewards' office is going to change an awful lot this week. It's going to be a bit of a charade, unfortunately, but it's nothing to do with one hub or anything like that. It's just, unfortunately, the game is just bugging like mad.
Yeah, it certainly is. Curl, are you there? I heard you for a
I'm
second.
back. Sorry, guys. My chest is really bad. Really bad pain.
No,
I do apologise.
it's good to hear that you're here, to hear your voice and know that you're still here.
Yeah. That really. That was scary, but I'm good.
I mean, if you do want to just tap out
No,
and just have
no.
some water or something.
I've got water next to me, so
Okay.
I got water next to me. Just suddenly, this pain just come right on. So yeah. So I do apologise.
No, that's good commitment to bring yourself back.
Oh, there's going to be contact at the Aston. The Aston's round nearly. And that is Hedvika. He had a massive dive on Mike, and Mike just saw it and turned out at the last second to spare Hedvika, and that nearly come a cropper. We're on the last lap of this race, by the way, now.
Yeah, out of nowhere. And I think Adagio just had a slight moment in the first corner. I'm not too sure, or whether he's just driving that hard. I think he's just driving hard. Okay, ignore me. Yeah, his car was at a weird angle coming out the first corner, but he is pushing on nicely. Is Adagio as Mikey is in second. We are on lap 29 of 29, as Evil Dragon just said, and it is looking like Speed Waitsy has recovered a podium and even potentially P2 here. If he can get the move done on this last lap, we will keep an eye on the battle here. Oh, he's very late on the brakes as the Hash driver almost could reach out and touch the rear wing of the Aston Martin ahead. But is there enough ERS in the tank on Mikey? I think they're pretty even at the moment. And I think Mikey has probably just done enough to keep P2 in this race.
3 wide for 4. Oh, big crash! That's a horrible accident. That was Ivor colliding with Joe, and somehow they didn't all spear off then.
Wow, I scrolled down and I missed it, unfortunately. But Joe has inherited P5, and he's behind Fredo in P4. But Adagio comes around the last corner and the fireworks go off in Abu Dhabi. Adagio is our, I'm guessing like provisional, or, well, it says Mikey is, but we don't know Adagio's penalty situation. It's tough to call. So I'm just going to go by what the game says at the moment. But I do encourage you all to check the official results once the stewards have released. So Mikey comes home in first. Speed Waitsy is in second. Fredo is in third. Joey B is in fourth. Adagio is in fifth. Rydog is in sixth. Iverbrim Mike in seventh. Cam in eighth. Bonniefish down in ninth is the championship leader and keeps next week's hopes alive anyway, going on that. Cam Rules is in 10th. Storm comes home in 11th. JR Mason comes home and takes 12th position, as I'll quickly finish off the orders in a moment.
Oh, what a good race. What I saw of it. Abel, I'm going to let you take my driver of the day this week, if that's all right.
Yeah, I'll do it for you, but I'll let Lawrence go through the official rundown.
Yeah, but I'm just, let you take my driver of the day.
Okay, it will be the official rundown then. So yes, Mikey is in P1, Speedwaits is in P2, Fredo is in P3, Joey B in 4th, Adagio in 5th, Rydog is in 6th, Iverbrim Mike in 7th, Cam K Mom in 8th, shall I say. Bonniefish in 9th, Cam Rules in 10th, Storm in 11th, JR Mason in 12th, taking the points, last point, shall I say. Marshall in 13th, Escargo in 14th, Welsh Benjamin 15th, Matthias in 16th, and our one and only DNF was Sir Gwyneth, who is the only driver not to finish. So my sim racing setup driver of the day, I'm going to go for Speedwaitsy is my choice. He started P9 and theoretically finishes in P2. Was you expecting to finish on the podium after starting in the midfield, or did you have good raw pace over everybody else around you?
Yeah, and I'm going to give my driver of the day to Mikey. So P2 for you then, a very good result in the end of the race. Definitely, potentially a win. We don't know what happens with other people. How did you enjoy it out there?
absolutely. That is the sim racing setup. Driver of the day chosen by Evil Dragon. So that is Speedweighty and Mikey, the two drivers who go head to head in the vote in the Discord as well. Yes, just take those results with a pinch of salt. I think there's going to be a massive shake-up come the stewards' results anyway. So is there any parting comments from you guys?
I would say it's going to be an interesting one next week in Vegas.
Yes,
I think Vegas is going to be very close. It's going to be, according to my calculations, and I'm going off the fact that that Adagio is going to have won this race, because even if he had a 3-second time penalty, he was 5 ahead of the cars behind. So my calculations are it's going to be 5 points between them, not counting any other penalties we get if that is removed.
Very, very interesting. People go to Las Vegas to gamble, and I'm sure calling the odds on this championship fight is still as tough as it ever was from the first race in Barcelona.
Well, who's going to take the gamble next week? That's the question.
What's the gap? I honestly, Rydog, I can't work out the points. Rydog, the situation is, I know you're in the chat listening. There's the game's given out quite a few bogus penalties to people entering the pits, clipping too much of the curb, and it giving them an instant 3-second penalty. Just keep an eye on the stewards' results. We can't really provisionally say anything, but because you finished ahead of Bonniefish, you're still in the hunt. But I think you've got a lot of work to do next week. Right, so I am going to end the stream there. I am Lawrence D 1989. I'm setting off for P2 in the moment. I have been joined by Curly, our P4 driver, and just our all-round commentator, Evil Dragon, joining me in the box today. So a massive thank you from us for tuning in at Delta at One Hub Racing for the P3 tier. That was round 11 around Abu Dhabi. We have got one round to go in Las Vegas next week, so please do join us then for what is proving to be a very juicy finale. Thank you very much. It's a goodbye from me.
A goodbye from me.
And a good evening from me.
Thank you very much, everybody. See you next week for the finale.